Hey, how's it going, guys? In this video, I'm gonna go over the exact email framework which we're implementing right now inside my e-commerce agency and how you can do the same. Because like every week, I get at least like 4 to 6 messages talking about outreach, trying to get tips on outreach, and a lot of them doing email outreach specifically. And for a person like me, whose entire agency on its core, in terms of outreach, was built on cold email initially, even now, right? I have seen a lot, I have tested a lot, and has come to a point where I used to copy frameworks at first, then I used to make changes to framework, and now has come to a point where I just write my own things, so that there is no sense of copying from here or there, and it always comes down to standing out. And this is the common theme which you will notice in my content as well, which I share with you, that you genuinely do need to stand out, with the agency space now being so infiltrated with people, right? You see all these digital renaissance events going, you see a lot of people joining the SMMA space as well, right? You will need to stand out more than ever at this point. So today I thought I'd share with you the exact framework which we're using. And no, this would not be another script where you go, hey, we help e-commerce brands with Facebook ads. These scripts frankly do not work. I have personally sent thousands of emails with this very script, like way back, like a year, 1.5 years back, and that's when it slightly worked, not even at its best. So do not even try doing that. So today I thought I'd just share with you and just basically reveal what's the strategy we use behind our cold emails. So without any further ado, let's get started. Now, this is the whole template, this is the whole framework, and it always starts with like an initial personalized first line, regardless of like what outreach method you're using, even if it's Instagram, Facebook, emails. Today we're going to specifically focus on emails, but you need to have a personalized sense of touch point. Always with your outreach. In terms of emails, the best is to have a personalized first line or an icebreaker. I have made a video on this, like I think 1 or 2 videos back, on the exact way we personalize our emails, and the exact strategy we use to personalize the first lines. So you can do the same, you can check it out. But I have some notes here as well for you to check out. But your first line is always either like personalized or not personalized, right? And it can affect your affect your response rate, affect everything else as well. But I would always suggest, from my personal experience, to have a personalized first line, because the first line makes you sound like you actually did a homework on the brand, okay? And your first line also shows how you voice your opinions. So like in my opinion, with your first line should always be natural, authentic, and it should sound like you're speaking directly to a friend or a buddy, right? It should not be super corporate. Like, this is something which I learned from a way back from a mentor, where like we just avoided working with corporate clients. It's just like too professional, does not suit the theme of how I work. So I usually approach my cold emails, cold messages, outreach, just in a genuine way to build connections with people, right? So that's how your personalized line should be. Like some of the examples could be, hey, I really love what you did with this or with your company, right? Hey, I checked you out on XYZ podcast. I really liked your thoughts on XYZ, right? So these just show that you actually did your homework on the actual person and the brand as well. Another example could be, hey, I saw you running your Black Friday campaign and I see you're going insane with it. The results, the traffic which you're getting is awesome, right? So these are just certain ways you can approach the first lines. Now, once you're done with the first line, usually people just end it at there, right? Everyone talks about writing a first line and then moving to your actual script. I would say don't do that, because the best way you can make a link to your offer, which is the second part of your email, is to leave it hanging in the first line itself, right? So if you mention, hey, I saw your Black Friday campaigns, etc., you're doing super well. Are you currently running TikTok ads, right? Are you currently doing back-end SMS marketing for this? Question mark. Just a small, like a question tag at the end of the first line itself. Because now you've actually built a connection, and you've also had like a transition, like a bridge to your actual next message or paragraph, which is going to be you talking about your offer, right? So always leave it with like a question tag, like, hey, I saw you were doing XYZ, really loved what you did on this podcast or with this product line. Like, what are you currently doing with customers who do not upsell, right? What are you currently doing to build your backend systems, right? These are some question tags which you can add to the personalized first line itself, and they work great because you build a connection and you transition. So that's like the personalized first line phase. Okay, now you move to the second part, which is you talking about your offer. Now, one thing which everyone does wrong talking about their offer is they go with that traditional line: we help e-commerce brands, we help pet brands, we help clothing companies, we help dentists getting leads, getting sales, or increasing their MRR through Facebook ads, through TikTok ads. No, don't do that. Because it's of no use, because these lines have been super saturated. You need to understand, to make the most out of your outreach, you need to stand out from people. Okay, you cannot be doing the same thing which everyone else is doing in the market, right? So you like always refrain from using these sentence frameworks where you talk about we help dash to go from dash using this, right? They used to work way back, but now they don't work because everyone is doing it, not because like there's anything bad with it, right? So the best way, like, this is something which I learned and tested myself, and this worked really well, was to go in it like from the first line itself. So if you ask, hey, are you running TikTok ads at the moment? Like, I'm asking, like, not to be intrusive, not to be nosy, right? But I'm curious, like at the end of each, I'm curious because each month, our revenue, or 70% of our revenue comes back from SMS marketing, backend offer, TikTok ads, right? This is where you implement your mechanism. So instead of saying we help XYZ, you just give a hint of your offer, that I'm just asking, like, not to be intrusive, not to be like nosy in your matter, but like most of our like 50% of our revenue just comes from SMS or email marketing, right? I'm just inflating numbers at the point, but you should understand, like, go focus on the main framework, not on the words I'm saying, right? And once you say this, you change paragraph and you go from offer to results. And we recently helped our customer John go from 30K per month to 160K per month, just by introducing a backend remarketing system, which is email. You're not mentioning email marketing, right? Because people can spot these words, Facebook ads, email marketing, in your outreach script, right? You are not promoting email marketing. Reword it, give it a new wrapping paper. So the way I go about it is, once you give the personalized first line with that last question tag, you go to like, just without being nosy, being super friendly, you go, hey, I'm not asking like I'm not asking to be like intrusive or nosy, but I'm curious because we see 40% of our sales, 50% of our sales just come from email marketing, right? And we recently helped. Then you change paragraph and say, and we recently helped John, one of our clients, go from 50K per month to 100K per month, or we helped John add an extra 25K to 30K per month to his revenue just from implementing a backend remarketing system. Does that make sense? And you can say we implemented like a backend system and we increased these sales without even spending any extra dollar, any extra penny on ads, right? So this is how you go from first line to your offer and to the result which you have bought on, right? If you do not have any results at the moment, you can just like either leverage previous case studies, or just say, because we're implementing this and that's what we're getting, right? You can leave it at that as well. But you get, obviously you get better results when you have a like an actual result or a case study in it as well, right? So what this allows you to do is like structuring your offer in such a way allows you to be like more authentic with your outreach. Without being super nosy, without sounding super salesy. It allows you to actually just smoothly transition the prospect from reading the first line to doing the CTA, which is the call to action which you require them to do. And that leads me to the last pillar of the email, like the first email which you're doing, which is the call to action. Now, one thing which I would say is always split test your call to actions, right? I know I personally used to do a lot of call to actions of, hey, book in a call with us. Hey, would you be available to chat with us? Like these used to work, but at a point I saw them not working and there was a decline in like meetings booked. So you can, what we did was we split tested two ways to go about it. One was to have a VSL on our website or like a value content. Okay. So we told them to check it out. And at the end of that video, we used to pitch them for a call. Or the other way is to just ask them to get a reply. So, hey, reply me with a yes or like one. Make the reply easy, right? You don't want them to reply a whole email. Make it as easy as you can for your prospect to reply. So, hey, reply with a one to see how we could apply this for you as well. Hey, John, just reply with like yes. If you're more interested about it, so that I can share more information with you, right? So this allows you to get your reply rates insanely high as compared to just directly telling them to book a meeting with you or directly telling them to just reply anything, right? You don't want to keep it vague. Always tell your customers what they need to do. This is a simple principle of marketing, right? Do not leave your customers confused. Your customers need to know the call to action. If you're sharing any value with them, if you're reaching out to your potential customers or clients, always tell them what they need to do. Like at the end of reading the email, are they supposed to book in a call with you? Are they supposed to check out a value video or like a sales letter, video sales letter? Or are they supposed to like reply with a yes or like a one, a simple reply, which is easier to do, right? So like if someone reaches out to me offering, I get a lot of people pitching me like short form content offers, right? If they reach out to me, if they just made the reply more easier to get more information, and if I just had to type a yes or one, I would have replied to much more people than I do right now. I don't even reply to people right now in my inbox because frankly, the emails they send are like beyond bad, right? People just following the old frameworks. It just does not work. It does not feel genuine to me, which is why I say make sure with your outreach you need to sound more authentic and genuine. The script which I gave you, the framework which I just gave you, makes you sound more authentic and authentic and genuine. And if you implement this, genuinely you will see an increase in the response and reply rates as well as your booked meetings rates, right? And you would not sound very intrusive. You would sound casual, right? So that's first thing. Okay. Apart from this, this is like the email itself, and you always need to follow up with your emails as well. So the simple follow-up templates which I usually recommend is having 4 follow-ups after the main email. Okay. Some people like to do 2, some people like to do 3. I find 4 to be the perfect spot because you send the main email, then the follow-up one is just you bumping the main email in case they did not see it. Okay. Follow-up 2 is me sharing like a case study and sharing again call to action for them to like book in a call or reply. Okay. Then another follow-up 3 which I do is another different case study and going a bit or more in my offer, and then again like restating the call to action, what they need to supposed to do, right? You want to make sure that your call to action throughout all the emails remains the same, right? And you do this till follow-up 3, and the follow-up 4 which I do is usually just a breakup email, because if they're not responding by follow-up 3, it really does not make sense to just go on and spam them with more emails. So last email which I do is a follow-up 4, which is just like a breakup email, and this is where I leave a link to book in a call with us, so that in case they do come back ever to check out my email, they can actually book in a call and they know what they're supposed to do, right? So yeah, that's basically it. This is the exact email framework template which we are currently using for our agency, and I would recommend you to test it out. You to go ahead, take this framework, mirror it for your own offer, okay, and test it out, and I can assure you it's going to do wonders. But yeah, that's basically it. If you have any other questions, please leave it in the comments below or reach out to me on Instagram or Facebook DMs. Also, do not forget to join the free Facebook group I've launched for agency owners, where I'm sharing more about the hybrid consulting model, which I use with my agency as my offer, right? The how we book more meetings, what are the outreach systems, what are the client acquisition systems you are using, right? So you can join it via the link below. You'll either find it in the description in case you're watching it on YouTube, or on Facebook, you can just find it in the comments, right? But hope you had a good day. Enjoy. Bye bye.